Welcome back, children. In the previous class, we studied about the factorization of the expressions that were of the form a square minus b square, which were factorized as a minus b multiplied by a plus b. Today, we are going to study the factorization of the trinomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Factorization of a perfect square trinomial. If a trinomial is of the form a square plus minus 2ab plus b square, that is, it is forming a perfect square, or the identity a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. So this can easily be factorized as a plus b multiplied by a plus b or a minus b multiplied by a minus b. How to judge that a trinomial is a perfect square? At times, by perception, we can easily find out yes, it is a perfect square, and if by perception it is not able to we are not able to find out whether the polynomial is a perfect square, we can apply b square is equals to 4ac. If in any polynomial we see that b square is equals to 4ac, then we say that the given expression is a perfect square, and this can be solved or factorized by using the identities, that is a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. Let's take one example based on this. For example, we have a square plus a plus 1 upon 4. We can easily observe from this first given expression that first term is a whole square and the last term is 1 upon 2 whole square, and in the middle we have the product of a into 1 by 2 and 2. So the identity is closed by a plus 1 upon 2 whole square, which can be written as a plus 1 upon 2 multiplied by a plus 1 upon 2. Now we come to the next concept where the given trinomial is not a perfect square. Then how do you solve it? We solve it using the method of middle term splitting. Now what is the method of middle term splitting? This method can be solved in two ways. First is split b, that is the coefficient of x, into two real numbers such that the algebraic sum of these two is b and their product is AC, and then you will factorize it further by the grouping method. And the vice versa that you can solve is first find the product of A and C, then split the product of this AC into the numbers which on addition or subtraction will give you B. So you can solve either of the two ways. So let's take some examples based on this. First example we have over here is x square minus 15x plus 50. Comparing the given expression with ax square plus bx plus c. Here a is 1, b is minus 15 and c is 50. So first we take the product of a and c, that is 1 multiplied by 50, that gives you 50. Now splitting 50 in such factors which on addition or subtraction will give me 15. So I splitted 50 as minus 10 and minus 5. Minus 10 minus 5, the product will give you plus 50, that is the product of AC. And minus 10 and minus 5 on addition will give you minus 15, that is the coefficient of x, that is B. Therefore, x square minus 15x plus 50 can be written as x square minus 5x minus 10x plus 50. Taking x common from the first two terms, we have x outside bracket x minus 5. Similarly, from the last two terms, we can take minus 10 common bracket x minus 5. So x minus 5 is the common factor among the whole expression. So taking x minus 5 as one bracket and x minus 10 as the other bracket, the given expression can be factorized as x minus 5 and x minus 10. Next we have 12x square minus 4x minus 5. Again comparing it with ax square plus bx plus c, we see a is equals to 12 b is equals to 4 and b is equals to minus 4 and c is equals to minus 5. The product of a and c is 12 multiplied by minus 5, that gives you minus 60. Now minus 60, we need minus 60. So the factors of 60 would be 12 and 5, 4 and 15 and 10 and 6. Observing the factors, I need minus 4, that is b I need is minus 4. So I take 10 and 6 together. Now since b is negative, so we'll have the negative sign with the larger number, that is minus 10 plus 6. That will give you minus 4. So we factorize it further. 12x square minus 4x minus 5 can be splitted as 12x square minus 10x plus 6x minus 5. Taking 2x common from the first two terms, we get 2x outside, bracket 6x minus 5. 6x minus 5 is already the last two terms. So we take plus 1 common over here and we get 6x minus 5. 2x plus 1 is the first bracket and 6x minus 5 is the other bracket. This is the factorization of the given polynomial function. Let's take one more example where we have x plus 1 whole square plus x plus 2 whole square minus 13. Now, this is not of the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So, first we reduce it to the form ax square plus bx plus c. How can we reduce it? We can easily see that x plus 1 whole square and x plus 2 whole square can be expanded using the identity a plus b whole square. So, using the identity x square plus 2x plus 1 for the first bracket, x square plus 4x plus 4 for the second bracket, and minus 13 remains as it is. Now, pairing up the like terms, x square and x square will give you 2x square. 2x plus 4x give you 6x. 4 plus 1 is 5 and minus 13, that gives you minus 8. Now the expression is reduced to the form ax square plus bx plus c. In the given expression, we can easily see that 2 is the common factor. So I take 2 outside and the bracket inside becomes x square plus 3x minus 4. Factorizing it using middle term splitting, we have x square plus 4x minus x minus 4. Taking x common from the first two terms, we have x bracket x plus 4. In the last two terms, I have minus x and minus 4, but I need x plus 4 as the bracket, so I take minus 1 common. So over here, the factorization is 2 outside, x minus 1 and x plus 4. Based on the above examples, you can easily solve the given exercise. The answers are also given below so that you can cross-check your solutions. Let's proceed further. Next, we have factorizing sum or difference of cubes. If we have a function of the form a cube plus b cube, we can easily factorize it using the identity a plus b a square minus ab plus b square. And if we have a function of the form a cube minus b cube, then we can factorize it as a minus b a square plus ab plus b square. Before we solve some examples, there is one more concept, that is factorization of the expression of the form a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. This can be factorized as a plus b plus c one bracket. The other bracket is a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. If we find any expression of the form a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3 and the product of all the first three terms, we can easily factorize that using this expression. There is a corollary based on this which says if a plus b plus c is 0, then the given term, that is a cube plus b cube plus c cube, is equals to abc. How is this abc? Since a plus b plus c is 0, that is right hand side becomes 0. Shifting 3abc on the other side, we have a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equals to 3abc. Now based on the above concept, let us solve some examples. First example we have is x raised to the power 6 minus 1. Now we can solve it in two ways. The first one is solved in front of you. Let us discuss. X square raised to the power 3 minus 1 raised to the power 3. That is, we have converted it into a cubic identity, that is a cube minus b cube. On expansion, we have x square, a is equals to x square and b is equals to 1. So using the above identity which we discussed right now, we have x square minus 1 bracket x square whole square plus x square into 1 plus 1 square. That identity was a minus b bracket a square plus ab plus b square. So in place of a and b, we are writing x square and 1. X square minus 1 can be further factorized as x minus 1 and x plus 1 using the identity a square minus b square. X4 plus x square plus 1. We are further simplifying it. How can we simplify this? In place of x square, I am writing 2x square minus x square. Now, after writing this, I am combining or I am grouping some terms in such a way that I can reduce it to a simpler function. That is, I am taking x4 plus 2x square plus 1 in one bracket and separating minus x square. Now x4 plus 2x square plus 1 is forming a perfect square identity, that is x square plus 1. X square is copied as it is. Over here we see that this is again forming the identity a square minus b square. So again using a square minus b square, I have a minus b, a plus b. So the factorization for x raised to the power 6 minus 1 is given by x minus 1, x plus 1, x square plus 1 minus x square plus 1 plus x. There is an alternate method also to solve the above question. Right now I expressed it in a cubic function. I can also solve by expressing it in a square function, that is x cube whole square minus 1 whole square. Now splitting it by a square minus b square, I get x cube minus 1 x cube plus 1. This further can be solved using the identities a cube minus b cube and a cube plus b cube. When you will use these identities, you will get the previous answer. Next we have x cube plus x square minus 2. Now this can also be easily solved by splitting 2 as minus 1. I am splitting 2 as minus 1 and minus 1. Taking minus 1 first with x cube and the other minus 1 with x square. Now x cube minus 1 and x square minus 1 can easily be again expanded using the two identities. So we are expanding x cube minus 1 first. So we get x minus 1, the first one, x minus 1, x square plus x plus 1. In the last two terms, we have x square minus 1, that is x minus 1 and x plus 1. Among all these terms, we see x minus 1 is the common factor, taking x minus 1 outside the bracket. Inside we have x square plus x plus 1 and x plus 1 from the second bracket. So combining the like terms, x minus 1 remains as it is. X square plus 2x plus 2 is the given factorization of the given polynomial. Based on this concept, you can solve the given exercise, cross-check your answers. Please maintain your registers properly. They'll be checked once the school reopens. Thank you.